Well, hi there once again. Welcome back, my friends. Here is the reading for the 25th of October, 2025. And one thing I will say is the explanation that Reverend Jesse gives is actually the point to actually go to. But I'm going to read the whole thing anyway. Reverend Jesse's explanation really makes everything clear. But here we go anyway. Donald Curtis. The cornerstone of the philosophy of abundant living was laid when Isaiah pointed out that the fullness of the earth is the glory of God. And of course, that's from the Hebrew Scriptures, used to be called the Old Testament. And this is Ernest Holmes in How to Use the Science of Mind from 1948, a long time ago, page 107. We should know the consciousness of good acts as a law of right action. A consciousness of good, as it increases, always produces new and better circumstances. There is no inertia of human thought, no morbidity of race consciousness, and no hypnotic grip of race suggestion. No one need be bound by the limitations human experience has set. They're always false. Every new horizon provides a fresh starting point for another horizon that is pushed even farther away. Progress is eternal. Unfoldment is everlasting. Since we are dealing with an infinite potential, there can be no limit to its possibility. We should always be alert to this recognition. Each day is a fresh beginning. Every day the world is made anew. We stand at the threshold of limitless possibility, of endless opportunity for self-expression. Every doorway is open. Nothing inhibits or prohibits. As I said, that was from How to Use the Science of Mind, 1948, Ernest Holmes, and it's on page 107. Now, Reverend Jesse unpacks this very clearly. He says, race consciousness or suggestion means the human race, or, he says more exactly, the human species. The contents of my awareness and yours combine with those of everybody else who has ever lived. And they are in that realm, which C.G. Jung, aka Carl Jung, termed the collective unconscious. It influences our everyday thinking as we permit it to, and reciprocally, we upload into it at every new horizon. If that were all there is to it, progress would be possible, but a trudge. Happily, surrounding it is infinite mind, unaffected by human learning or ignorance, encompassing all as the great I am. So in other words, just flipping back in time, when Sigmund Freud produced this idea of the human mind having two sections to it, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And then, as I've mentioned, I think in a few weeks ago, anyway, Carl Jung then proposed that there wasn't just an individual human conscious and subconscious, there was also a group human subconscious mind, or subjective mind, if you like. And that is what Ernest Holmes is talking about. He talks about the race mind. And what he's saying is that that mind only influences us to the extent that we allow it to. If we allow it to, it will influence our thinking. If everybody on the planet was just completely influenced by the group human subconscious, then very little progress would be made. But as both Ernest Holmes and Reverend Jesse point out, we are at choice. We can choose whether we are or are not influenced by the group human subconscious. But we can also choose that we can influence the group human subconscious, because our every thought and feeling is going into the group human subconscious. And the thing is that when enough people decide to put good stuff into the group human subconscious, it will affect humanity as a whole. But here we're just talking about the individual. So he's saying, they're both saying, you're at choice. Do you want to be influenced by the great human subconscious, or do you want to just maybe take information from it and make your own choices? And they're both saying you are at choice. You're at choice whether you do or do not wish to be influenced by the group human subconscious, because there is a greater mind to which you are connected, with which you are one, that you can use. And that is the message for today, which I think is a pretty good one. There's loads of information in the group human subconscious. The question is, do you want to be influenced by it or not? And I would also say, do you want to make use of it? So, I know I've been given freedom and liberty by my Creator to become a co-creator in my personal affairs. And this is talking about the universal subjective mind, that we have access to it and we can use it. So, that's it for today. Hope you got a chance to tune in to Creative Eye Spiritual Center service today on the Facebook page, Creative Eye Spiritual Center, and also Reverend Lisa Ryan's reading this morning from the Creative Eye Spiritual Center's Facebook page. They're both there. They will be there a while. They used to be there forever, but now Facebook is limiting things to 30 days. So you got 30 days to check it out. And I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully at 5 o'clock. It depends what time my mediation finishes. So until next time, I am knowing for each and every person here that they choose to be at liberty, that each person who watches this chooses to be at liberty to make their own decisions, irrespective of the group human subconscious mind. And I release this word into that greater divine law that always says yes, and so it is. So, namaste.